that maybe you just take it and say, well, you couldn't deal with this when Longshu played it into you. I don't think you could deal with it now, but that is a big risk that Chicken had.
I know, right? That guy loves chicken. You better wear a helmet because chicken is falling from the heavens.
The He-Man ad.
Comes winged. Watch out, Rift Scuttler.
He's looking for crabs.
That's right. Well, he found sort of one. It's not really much of a crab. It clearly is a crustacean, though.
Well, horseshoe crabs aren't technically crabs, and neither are coconut crabs, and that doesn't look like technically a crab to me.
That's true.
And I know a lot about crustaceans, DoA, because my father is a crustacean biologist.
I know. A little known Montecristo fact.
He's a marine biologist, yes.
Here comes Winged going after BDD. Oh, not even getting the unburrow. That's right. So you can tell us, you could dissect the Rift Scuttler and tell us what all the parts are. Huh?
I could try. I actually have dissected many a crab in my time.
Can you show us a part that makes it a coward? Which part is that?
I don't know. I don't know which part that is.
Maybe it's the whole thing. You know, I've been thinking about Vladimir lately.
What have you been thinking about?
Well, I know he's not a vampire, but I think real vampires could utilize a lot of the skills that Vladimir employs. Because, I mean, the trouble with being a vampire is that you always have to get so close to your victims, right? You have to get right up on it. You have to bite their neck, and then you have to suck the blood out. Whereas Vladimir just walks up next to you and he just pulls it out of you, kind of like Magneto would pull the skeleton out of Wolverine, you know?
Well, blood does have trace amounts of iron in it. So
well, there you go.
Maybe Magneto can do that too.
Maybe. Global fans.
I'm sure
they exist.
I'm sure they're thinking about Vladimir and Magneto as well.
I think so too. I think it's a very popular line of reasoning these days. But yeah, I mean, if I was a vampire, I'd try to do that.
Vladimir's really lucky though that he could just be out in the sunlight like this.
I know, and he doesn't even sparkle. How about that?
You think Maokai could just like grow some garlic and then deal with him, but apparently not.
I don't think garlic grows on trees, man. I think it's like a bush or something, or just a plant. I don't know. I don't know where garlic comes from.
It's kind of like a little bush.
Oh, okay. Well, see, there you go. So Maokai would have some issues with that. Maybe Zyra could grow some garlic. She can grow little bush-like plants.
That she can.
Yep. Mad Life. Thinking about coming around from Tribrush onto this Ezreal pilot.
Good for Jin Air because it's a % scaling buff. So the fact that they got it means that their late game damage is going to be a lot higher. So they can just wait. It only is going to get more effective as time goes on.
I know. It just enables the waiting. They're like the bodybuilder that gets huge muscles but then never actually uses them for practical skills. He just takes a selfie in the mirror at the gym, you know? He's like, wow, look at these muscles. I'm not, I don't really use them for anything besides like lifting weights, but I got him. If I ever need him, I've got him.
Hey, at least he's prepared.
That's right. Prepared for we don't know what, but he's prepared.
Heavy lifting.
Yep. Just like me. I've got these muscles, but haven't really had to use them very much. At least I've got them. These huge muscles.
That's the first thing everybody says when they see you.
I know.
They're like,
I know.
DoA, what big muscles you have.
They're like, it doesn't come through on the screen, but when I meet you in person, I can see how incredibly in shape and muscular you are. I get that a lot. It's pretty common.
With that Rylai's, because the single target slow from it off of his Q should allow him to be pretty sticky.
Sticky Vladimir. That sounds kind of creepy.
They call him Sticky Vlad. Does sound like a good Russian mobster name, though.
Sticky Vlad. That's right. Don't make the mafia boss angry, man, and he'll send Sticky Vlad after you.
If somebody told me that, I'd be kind of afraid.
I
don't think I want to meet the kind of man who goes by the name Sticky Vlad.
I don't know. I wouldn't want to know how he got that nickname. Yep.
It's easy. You just get a Freezy staff.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's that. There's other ways, too.
I'm sure there are, though.
Maybe he just like gorilla glues everything shut on his victims.
That sounds terrifying.
They slowly expire, I know. See? Sticky Vlad. Don't mess with him. Yikes. He's an artist with the glue stick.
That's what they say.
Breaking time is apparently a thing now. CJ zoned out, and they're going to turn around onto Kuzan, who just pulls back into the turret, and I guess that's just going to give the Dragon over to Jin Air.
He pulled the twisted advance, so Maokai moved forward, but he sure didn't get a root right there. That means Kuzan just left by himself. They tried to make the play, but making plays onto Vladimir, really hard. Yep. That's a hard thing to do.
Pretty much. They call him Sticky Vlad, but sometimes he's more like Slippery Vlad. I had a classmate in college named Vlad, but he wasn't the Hemomancer, though.
Was he
that we knew of.
Sticky and or slippery?
Nope, just a kind of regular guy. Same name, but nothing really.
If you had to give him a nickname, what would it have been? Regular Vlad?
Regular Vlad, yeah, I think so. I think
wow,
that's
that guy's boring.
Yeah. Average Vlad.
Yeah, let's take a look at this little attempt again. They were zoned out by the parallel convergence. They use absolutely everything, but Slippery Vlad gets away with the help of his ghost.
Yep. Good old Slippery Vlad. He covers his victims with grease, and then he pushes him down the stairs. Look out for Slippery Vlad.
So many assassins.
I know. Or he just covers you in grease and puts you on a very smooth surface, very far away from everything, so you can't get back to, you know, wherever you wanted to go.
Right on the ice caps.
Yep, that's right. He drops in the polar ice caps covered in grease. What a jerk. Well, Jin Air, when they're not playing League of Legends, they're playing Farming Simulator. And they're letting it inspire them. It's working well, I would say.
It is. You can really see how it's affected their play.
Oh, yes. The crop of winning has been bountiful, for the most part, you know. But it is a bit slower. That's just how they are, you know, just kind of easygoing group of guys, willing to wait.
I think Jin Air's playstyle is like Brussels sprouts.
Yeah?
It's really good. Like, technically, you know, it's good for you to watch this game and eat Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts personally. I think they're delicious, but a lot of people, it's not very fun to eat them.
I think they're okay. I would say for me, Jin Air is more like steamed or boiled peas. Like, I love fresh peas. But like boiled peas are like squishy on the inside. I know they're healthy for me, but man, those are disgusting. I can't stand the experience. I feel the same way about Jin Air's play. It's probably good for me, like you said, to watch this. I feel like I'm learning more strategically, sort of. But, man, it's tough.
Well, the Brits are going to hate you now because they love mushy peas.
I know, but see, like the like mushed peas that you get with like fish and chips or whatever. That's better. That's different. Because it's kind of like a mashed potatoes version of peas, sort of. You don't see the individual peas. Because the worst part is when you bite into it and it becomes squishy, you know? I hate that.
Well, enjoy some Jin Air games.
Yeah, I know. That's what, you know, you brought it full circle, and I appreciate that. Another ocean
They're
drake.
also green, like boiled peas.
That's true. The ocean drake icon kind of reminds me of a pea. It's kind of round and green.
Does it remind you of the ocean?
No, it doesn't do that. No.
Doesn't do that for me either.
No, unfortunately not. Well, this is the part of the game where Jin Air moves around the map and farms the lanes, and then as soon as the lane pushes up a little bit, they back off.
They're really good at farming lanes, Jin Air.
Yeah, they are.
Both
so
Blanc, even though he's not playing this game, and Pilot have some of the highest CS per minute in the league. Pilot a little behind this game, but certainly way up there with an average CS per minute of 9.6, which is really crazy, actually. Very high statistic.
Yeah. I mean, Jin Air kind of plays solitaire when they're playing League of Legends, you know?
You know, DoA, what Maokai skin I really want?
What?
The Greenpeace Maokai skin where there's a protester chained to him.
Dude, they need to make that happen. And maybe he like throws other protesters out of his branches as like the they've been sitting up there for a couple days, you know? That would be good. I can see that. Here's a fight. Makes sense. Janair thinking about it. Old man Trace wondering what to be playing. He's like, doesn't matter. I'll play Kale. I can play anything I want.
I'm old Trace.
I'm old Trace. That's right. I'm old Trace. Less said about that, the better. True enough. So you'd imagine this Trundle is going to be locked in. CJ just letting the time wind down to do a bit more strategy planning. That chicken ad, man. I can't keep it together when that's on the screen.
Even the ads are memeing now, DoA. What's going on?
This universe memeing out of control. Begun, the meme wars have.
What's going on is chicken falling from the sky, apparently.
Sometimes I wouldn't mind that, you know? Sometimes you just want fried chicken, and if you could just hold a bucket in front of you and some delicious fried chicken could just fall into it from the sky, that'd be great.
Would you make the He-Man face? Would there be a bunch of sparkles behind you?
Absolutely. And I'd say something like, I have the power. I would do that.
You just did it, so I believe you.
By the power of Castle Grayskull. That's what I yell out the window every morning when I wake up, just to let the neighborhood know I'm up and at 'em.
That's great.
I have the power.
I hear you every morning too.
I know,
Just
right?
resonates around the neighborhood.
That's right. It's like all the villagers from Beauty and the Beast when Belle's walking through the town at the beginning. They're like bonjour, only I just say I have the power really loud. Yep. Monte's the one like Belle, just walking through the town.
Yep. In a dress.
With your basket, picking up the morning supplies. That's right. It's adorable. So a little bit of a different comp coming out from Janair this time, though. They might get aggressive.
They very well might. They certainly have a lot of opportunities for early game ganking. We are going to see an attempt at a lane swap here from the likes of Janair. They caught out the Jinx and the Nami in the bottom side, and they're like, no, I don't really think we want to play that. And I don't think we really want to play Maokai into Trundle either. So you know what, DoA?
What?
We're not going to do it.
That's smart. Sounds good. Ah, yes. Elise, you're creepy.
At least she's got nice gams.
What is that karma skin? Is that... That's right. Nice pins, Dollface.
As I like to say.
Right.
You guys should try that. Gets all the ladies on Tinder, let me tell you.
Does it?
Yeah. Oh. Do you say, I'm really into 1920s slang?
You say that, and then they're like, oh, you're into Pinterest? Nice pins? Okay. Whatever you say.
You guys can try it out. Just tweet the results at me, please.
We need screenshots. That's right. Sounds like it. This cannot go wrong.
It can.
Pure success. That's what I think of when I think of this plan.
That's what I think of when I think of myself.
What a coincidence. Me too. Wow. Us and Charlie Sheen, man. Chasing Untara away, or Che rather, chasing Untara away. Run. Run, it's the Braum. Mad Life just harassing Trace and Winged a little bit. Harassing them with water.
Chucking some water at them.
That's right. Spiders don't do well in water.
Except for water spiders.
Yep. That's
Checkmate.
The rare. Well, those no, those also don't do in water. They can like, skitter across the top of it.
They can also create air bubbles to go underwater.
There are some that dive. You're right. I can't get out of this one.
Haha!
It's true.
My knowledge of spiders wins again.
That's right. How many times does this happen, man? You know, when I was in college, I worked groundskeeping between years, and I found a giant fisher spider one day. I kept it and I put it in a giant jar of cheese puffs, and I fed it crickets, and I named it Shelob, after the giant spider from Lord of the Rings.
How is Shelob?
She was great. I kept her all summer and then eventually let her go.
Nice.
Yeah. And she, as she walked away, she turned and raised one of her 8 legs and waved goodbye to me. I said goodbye, Shelob.
You said, Nice pin stall.
That's right. That's what I said. She turned around and walked away in disgust afterwards. I tried. I don't know how we matched up on Tinder in the first place. Oh, the miracles of nature.
She was a flapper spider, so she understood.
There you go. It was the zoot suit in my Facebook pictures. Yep. We were all into the squirrel nut zippers back in the day.
Push now that he has that Rift Herald buff.
All right, Mountain Drake is the next one.
Does that icon remind you of a mountain?
It reminds me of like a rock, I guess. Mountains are made of those, so sort of.
Why wouldn't you just make it a triangle? I don't get it.
I don't know, because maybe they're worried it would look too much like flames. Winged it with the Aqua Prison, has to flash over the pillar to get away. What is the summoner down?
When I think of pyramid shapes, though, I don't think about flames.
No.
No.
What if they're kind of wavy pyramids with a pointy top?
You're right. I would think about flames then.
Checkmate. I thought so. No, when I see that icon, for some reason it reminds me of like the rock dudes in Zelda, like the. What is it?
The Gorons?
Yeah, the Gorons. For some reason, I couldn't remember that. But yeah, that's what I'm talking about. You know?
No.
Well, you do, because you
I know what
just told me.
Gorons are, but I don't know why that would remind you of Gorons.
I don't know, because they're kind of round and rock-like.
The Goron Drake?
Yep. Goron Drake. I mean, Jin Air is really like a snail or a turtle, right? Well, let's forget that analogy. There's a fight. CJ trying to chase down Jin Air, not quite able to get there.
They're more like the tortoise and the hare, right?
Well, I mean, my point. My point in saying that was that they've got this strong shell. It's hard to penetrate it, but if you can crack it, they can't really do a lot to stop you from killing it, right? So SK Telecom, that kind of team, they can crack the shell, and once you get in there, you can get a pretty easy win. So it's just hard to get through to begin with.
Delicious snail meat.
Yeah, or turtle meat.
Get some turtle soup.
Yum, yum. I don't think I've ever actually had turtle, though. I've eaten snails, not turtle, though.
Snails are also delicious. Escargot. Delightful.
Yeah, they are. Really good. True.
Any kind of team fight. Billy's quacking again.
I don't know what's so satisfying about that.
I'd be satisfied if I could throw exploding spiders at people, Doa.
You do it and you'd be like, ha ha.
I would.
I could see you doing that. I can see it. Well, maybe someday the technology will be there. Interesting pickups. Oh, it's time for the chicken ad.
What's going on?
I said, hey. Yep.
What's going on is chicken is raining from the sky like manna from heaven.
That's exciting, man. Chicken from the sky. And it's already cooked, too. It's not just like live chickens dropping from the sky. That would not be fun. That just sounds messy. Fried chicken, just open your mouth and let it pour in. But be careful of the bones.
Also, the hot oil. We don't know when it was cooked.
That's true. Well, you know, probably cool going through the atmosphere. You know, unless it's dropped from space, and then it'll be really hot. Chicken from space.
I think that's actually what Azir is, so topical to this game.
That's true. It makes sense. He is a chicken from space. Whatever you say, Italy.
It's a trap party with nice little...
I guess so.
Nice little sapling in there. He must be worried standing in the middle of all those traps. There's no escape, sapling.
He's going to explode soon, don't worry. He knows his fate.
You know, soccer would be a lot more exciting with exploding soccer balls.
Yeah, I suppose it would be. I mean, like giant trees lumbering down the field.
There's almost, I mean, you could do anything to soccer and it would probably end up being more exciting in the end.
You could just take the ball away and it'd be more exciting because then you just have a bunch of people looking for the ball.
That's right. Soccer-hating Americans. Deal with it, Europeans.
Well, it's not that we don't hate it. We just recognize that it's really boring.
I think baseball sucks too, so.
Yeah, I'd agree. True.
Yeah, baseball, man.
Yeah.
I can't stand baseball. Actually, you know what? I like going to baseball games live. That's fun.
Yeah,
Because
totally.
it's the ultimate sport where you can just sit there and drink a beer and talk with your friends, and then something happens once every 5 minutes that you have to pay attention to. That's fun.
Yeah, you just drink a beer and eat a chili dog and hang out. And then once in a while you're like, oh, wow, he hit that ball really far.
Yep.
Or that dude really caught that one.
Yep. So I like it because it's mostly about hanging out with your friends
Yeah.
and then not really much about the game. But the game itself, who designs a game where it's a team sport, but 90% of the action is a 1v1 between the pitcher and the batter?
I don't know, man.
The rest of the guys are just standing there.
I don't know.
Awful.
Somebody who wanted to tell everyone they were into sports but didn't really want to have to work out or anything.
Just conceptually bad.
Yep. Pretty much. Now basketball, though, that's a great sport. I like basketball.
That's
a fun one.
It's okay.
Strategy, action, dunking.
Dunking is pretty great.
It is. Were we able to ever dunk?
God, no.
No,
Noah.
I don't think so. I could touch the rim, but I could never dunk. You know, I want a monster, a jungle monster that like drives around the map really aggressively in a fancy car, and they can call it the Drift Herald. That would be sick, man. I'd go after that.
Just sliding around those corners.
That's right. A little bit too fast, a little bit too furious. Get a speed buff. Way better than the Cloud Drake. KT actually claims Drift Herald.
And if you could control him, you could call it Summoner's Drift.
That's true. Oh no, we just revealed Riot's new game. It's a racing game called Summoner's Drift. It's like Mario Kart, only with League of Legends characters.
Oh, no.
Why haven't they thought of that? That's a great idea.
That is a great idea. It's a great name.
Yeah, Summoner's Drift. I like it. That's awesome. You know, instead of picking up like question mark boxes, you can pick up like little blue buffs and things that are on the track. You're welcome, Riot. That one's free.
Goes with their theme of making games, which is ripping off other games. Of the Glacial Fisher.
Yep. You know, they make sometimes they make those games where you're like working in a factory or something, and you have to like make a certain amount of things. They could do one for League of Legends where you're a guy in the assembly line making minions. They can call it Summoner's Shift. It's an 8-hour shift, at least.
People play Papers, Please, which is about being a border like a border agent and checking people's passports.
So there you go. Another great game idea from DoA and Montecristo. We've evolved from the skin ideas. We're thinking of whole games now.
Just set up a pick, but there's a hawk shot.
That's right. Watch out. The spinning bird of Revelation draws near.
It'd be really hard for that bird to stay airborne, just barrel rolling like that all the time. You think it'd just like fall straight down into the ground.
Or see anything for that matter.
Ash gets really dizzy.
I know. She's like looking through that bird's eye. She's like, whoa. Aha. Spotted by an arrow. I think the Maokai
against SK Telecom, yeah. Maokai is such a good pick here.
I mean, they let Someday have Maokai, and Someday does things on Maokai that really nobody else is able to do. I can't.
What's going on, DoA?
I can't keep a straight face with that chicken ad, man. I can't.
What's going on?
I said, hey. I wake up in the morning, I step outside, and
you just ask what's going on, and then chicken rains from the sky.
That's right.
Korea's a magical place with sky chicken.
You know. Yep. Like, I'm here, Mom. Fly. Something else. Yeah, I don't know. All right. Oh, he misses. Huh. I don't know. Something.
Thanks, DoA.
That's my translating skills. I'll be here for a while. Yeah, I'm pretty good. I know. Basically, ready to be the ambassador to this country from the U.S.
Ambassador DoA.
That's right. Although, honestly, I think our current ambassador doesn't actually speak very good Korean.
I have no idea.
I've heard him speak Korean. It's not that great. But he seems like a cool guy.
He got attacked by that knife-wielding maniac.
I know. Jeez, that was not cool. Yeah. Well, nobody said it was a easy job, I suppose, being an ambassador. Is there a synonym for the word synonym? Oh, never mind. Johnny might be in a little bit of trouble. Never mind, he's not. Is there a synonym for synonyms?
I don't know.
I thought you would know. You should know these things.
I don't know that one. No.
What was your degree in again? I forgot. Can you remind me?
Reckon you on broadcast. I'm really good at that.
I think you might want to go back and take a few more courses, Mr. Cristo.
Owning DoA.
I don't think they offer a degree in that.
You'd be surprised.
They don't offer degrees in impossible things.
I was going to say it's so easy that why would you even offer a degree in it? But
Well, see, you went for the wrong thing there, so I'd say maybe you do need a few lessons. Don't worry, stick with me, kid. You're gonna go far.
Where do you think Varus goes when he hooks into the sky?
I don't know. But where does anybody go when they recall and fly into the sky?
What is at least repelled to? There must be some sort of ceiling over Summoner's Rift.
It's the same thing Spider-Man attaches his webs to when he's swinging around. Whatever's up there, who knows? Nobody's quite figured that out.
At least Spider-Man, we know there are skyscrapers.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just like in the air, you know? We just assume there's some building nearby.
I assume that there's some sort of ceiling. It's actually a dome.
That's why like Spider-Man wouldn't work in like rural Minnesota, where I went to high school, because there's nothing, not even trees around there. There's nothing. So you just have Spider-Man like running around on the flat ground, which is not anywhere near as impressive.
I wonder why they don't shoot Spider-Man sequences in those kind of environments, DoA.
See, they should. You know, that's the real key. They should have a supervillain that his hideout is in a completely flat, open, like in the salt flats or something like that.
In Utah.
Spider-Man has to go fight him. What are you going to do now, Spider-Man? There's nothing to swing around on. That's right. This supervillain just lives in a... Whoa! Chani gets sniped. By
Not anywhere close to his jungler.
Whoopsie.
Trying to get that vision in.
Hey, guess what? Chani's a Chani. But yeah, man, if I was going to fight Spider-Man, you see Arrow take the Krug, I would just have my secret hideout be like a teepee in the middle of the salt flats.
And then just surround it with landmines?
That's right. I'd be like, come at me, bro. Yeah, why hasn't anyone thought of this? This is brilliant. There. Now we know how to defeat Spider-Man.
Good. I was having that problem.
Yeah,
I was actually
right.
having a Spider-Man infestation.
I hate it when that happens. Sticking on the walls, teleport, bring it in. Snowflower just gets blown up. KT finds him. Meanwhile, Someday working on Songyu down in the bot lane. Here comes the rest of KT. Good luck, buddy. Flashes away, but there's a kill for Arrow. Lyra decides he wants to sacrifice himself. Nice slow. Where are you going to repel to? Death. Double kill for Arrow. He was trapped like Spider-Man in a salt flat.
That's our favorite new expression.
Like Spider-Man on the salt flat. I like it. It works. Yeah, I mean, really, these supervillains just aren't thinking about things in a geographical sense. That's the problem.
Got to be creative with your layer. Your layer location.
Your layer location. Oh.
That one away immediately. Score going for a damage build here, so Tiamat will be the Ravenous Hydra, or I mean Titanic Hydra build.
True.
It has been oh so popular here.
Somebody warned Captain Planet about these junglers because they're all going Hail Hydra right now.
You mean Captain America.
Captain America. I said Captain Planet, didn't I? Wow. That's that was a bit embarrassing.
Somebody warned Captain Planet because Africa is trying to cut down the trees.
There you go. You saved it.
I did
it.
it.
Got my back. I appreciate it. That's why we work so well together. I guess I revealed my crossover fan fiction that I've been working so hard on lately.
Captain Planet fights Hydra.
It's called Captains Combine. Captain Planet, Captain America, and Captain Commando as well.
Captain Planet is truly the more international, though.
He is.
Of the superheroes, not
true.
just representing one country. He represents all of us.
Well, at least
for
five
nature.
of them anyway. Yeah. I just feel bad for the kid that got the heart power. The power is really bad.
Hey, he can control animals.
No, he can't. He can't no, he actually can't control animals. He can only make animals not attack him.
That's such a weak power.
I know. That's the thing. If you could make like a tiger attack your enemies or like an elephant trample your foes, that would be useful. But no, all you can do is make a bear not kill you. And here comes Score.
By the way, DoA, I can actually have the Captain Planet power of heart. All I need is a really big gun. And I actually have the same power. Animals can't attack me.
Well, they might still attack you. You can just kill them while they're doing it. That's not
same
not quite
effect,
the same. I don't think Captain Planet would agree with you there. I think he might have issue with that.
Whatever. I'll just go join Captain Poacher instead.
Captain Poacher. I think he's that dentist from Minnesota or something like that. Wisconsin, I don't know, wherever he's from. Yeah. I think Captain Planet was lame. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure there's a reason they haven't even tried to turn that into a movie yet. Meanwhile, they've been
SNL did it.
wrecking our childhoods with everything else. Transformers, Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, man.
Michael Bay single-handedly ruining early 90s cartoons.
No kidding. And now they're making a Power Rangers live-action movie.
Really?
I mean, it was always kind of live-action, but now they're making like a newer one, I guess, updated one. I don't think that's necessary. I mean, giant robots are cool. I like that. I like Pacific Rim, and I like Power Rangers, but I don't know. I don't know. At least it's not being done by Michael Bay, so it has that going for it.